it always feels good come back to Love City and, seeing everything. Nothing much has changed up in here. I mean, it's gotten a little better. It's gotten, less violent, thank God. Everything's cleaned up a little bit. They're trying to make it a better city, but making everything better, it starts with you guys.
Richard Sherman went home Wednesday, but that is not unusual. He comes back to South Central L.A. every chance he gets, and he does it for the best reason possible.
They know I'm tangible. They know I'm here. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to reach. And any chance I can give back, whether it be cleats, helmets, or just coming to speak, anything I can do to help, I try to get done, because I think without this place, I don't think I'd be the man or the player I am today. And and when you feel like you owe people things, just like in the same sense of your family and your parents, you want to give back and, reward them or repay them for everything they've done for you.
The gym at Dominguez High School in Compton is packed, listening intently as one of their own graduates tells his story and, more important, shares proven keys to the students' success.
It transcends sports. It transcends even education, because they can be an artist if they want to. They can, go out there and come up with some biomolecular, just change the world. That's really what my message was. Make the world a better place than which you came into. Even if it's just coming to Compton and changing Compton, that's still making the world a better place. And anything you can do to make the world a better place and improve yourself, please.
Richard's quest to help young people in Compton and Watts, where he grew up, is not about self-promotion and is a team effort. His entire family spent all day at 3 different locations showing support for Richard and his cause. He's now the national spokesperson for SWAG, an acronym for Students with a Goal, founded a year ago by Ramal Toon and supported directly by organizations like EDU Incorporated and Revolution Prep. The visit to Dominguez, where Richard graduated in 2006, was nothing new to football coach Keith Donnerson. He sees Richard all the time.
He always come back and talk to our football players, and just the impact he has talking to them, explaining to them that you never could be satisfied. Always strive, always have a main goal and always strive to reach that main goal. And he's just a blessing to be a part of this program.
I think it's very important because being that Richard is a member of the community and still an active member of the community, for him to come back and give those words of inspiration of his experiences to our students is most appreciated, most needed. And it gives the students a lot of inspiration that they too can do the same thing that Richard has done and follow in his footsteps.
The next stop for Richard was Verbum Day High School in Watts, a college prep high school offering 300 low-income students an intense education and work-study program that prepares them for college and, most important, for success. Richard learned that each student has a paid internship with a local company for 1 week a month, so by the time they graduate, they not only have skills but valuable contacts in the business community. 100% of these seniors will graduate, and oh, by the way, when they came here, they were 3 to 5 years behind in reading and math. As Richard walked the halls of Verbum Day High School, instead of seeing football and basketball plaques on the walls, he saw college acceptance letters. His message of fending off negative peer pressure by creating your own positive peer pressure seemed to resonate with all the students he met at the first 2 schools, and was definitely heard at the third and final stop of the day, the Brotherhood Crusade in Watts, which serves 1,500 young people a week in South Central L.A. with education and counseling.
My father founded Brotherhood Crusade in 1968, 45 years ago, and he took out a second on our house for $15,000. And, really the community partners, our corporate partners have built the Brotherhood Crusade, and we get to serve our young people as well as our families in South Los Angeles and surrounding communities.
For Charisse and her staff, the visit by Richard Sherman goes a long way to support the work they do every day of the year.
He talked to the young people about them being accountable, that they need to make right decisions. As he told that story about, I knew what path to take. And when you hear that and our young people hear it, he is a true champion. And it's the champion not on the field, but the champion giving back.
It meant a lot to know that somebody who made it out of the community was able to come back and give advice. And one part that really stuck with me was that he went to Stanford. I didn't even apply to Stanford, but oh my gosh, that's a really prestigious school. So for him to have gone to Stanford, play pro football, and come back and talk to younger kids really is amazing.
I think it's a real step forward for our community. It gives inspiration to our youth. Yeah, as she said, someone who made it out of this community and is actually productive in society is a very good opportunity, to listen to what he has to say. And like I said, it's a big step forward.
The outpouring of affection Richard had for his old neighborhood and the people who lived there was not only obvious, but mutual. This brash young NFL cornerback, who came from South Central LA, had a 4.2 GPA in high school, and graduated from Stanford, is not only making the most of his athletic skills on the field, but using his notoriety to improve the world outside of football, one student at a time.
I want them to know that there's a big world out there and that goals can be achieved, and really doesn't matter where you come from or what situation you started from. Like Coach Carroll kind of goes back to football. He says it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish, and that's it goes back to life. It really does, and especially in this regard, because you start from a city where nobody really gives you a chance. Everybody goes from the statistics, and this amount of people go to jail or murdered or et cetera, but people don't try to pull out the positives. And I'm trying to show them there's a positive side to the city. There's some building blocks here. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to them than they even know. And I want them to know that they can achieve anything they put their mind to.